Prince Harry's shocking confrontation with Ringo Starr on Jimmy Kimmel Live. A royal reality check? Prince Harry expected another routine interview, a chance to discuss his latest projects and perhaps even reclaim some public sympathy. But what unfolded on Jimmy Kimmel Live was anything but ordinary. In a moment that left the audience stunned, legendary Beatles drummer Ringo Starr delivered a scathing critique of the Duke of Sussex, questioning his achievements, his reliance on the royal institution, and his apparent lack of direction. Harry, who has spent years crafting his post-royal image, was visibly rattled. The sharp, unfiltered comments from Starr cut through the carefully managed narrative he's tried to uphold. And just like that, an interview meant to highlight his latest ventures turned into an unexpected and very public reckoning. Ringo Starr's unexpected critique, a brutal takedown. It started innocently enough. Jimmy Kimmel engaged Harry in light-hearted conversation about his charity work, his life in California, and the challenges of stepping away from the royal family. But then, the atmosphere shifted. A surprise guest, none other than Ringo Starr, joined the conversation. At first, it seemed like a friendly cameo. But Starr, known for his dry wit and no-nonsense attitude, wasted no time getting to the point. "Harry, mate, tell me, what exactly do you do?" Starr asked, tilting his head with a smirk. The audience laughed, assuming it was a joke. But Starr wasn't done. "I mean, you've got the title, you've got the money, but what have you actually done? Everything you talk about somehow comes back to the royal family. You left, but you can't stop talking about them. What's your plan beyond all this?" Asterisk. The laughter turned into a murmur of surprise. Harry, usually quick with a response, seemed caught off guard. He shifted in his seat, clearly uncomfortable. Kimmel, sensing the tension, tried to steer the conversation back to safer ground. But Starr pressed on. "Look, I get it. You grew up in that world. But at some point, you've got to stop blaming everyone else and take some responsibility for yourself." A gasp rippled through the audience. Starr wasn't just joking, he was holding Harry accountable in a way few public figures have dared to do. Harry's visible discomfort, a man without answers. For a moment, Harry looked like he was about to fire back. But instead, he hesitated. His usual media-trained composure cracked just slightly. "Well, I think a lot of people don't understand the pressures that come with royal life," Harry said finally, attempting to redirect the conversation. Starr chuckled. "Pressures? You were born into privilege, mate. Plenty of people have pressures. Single parents working 2 jobs. Soldiers coming back from war. You're living in a mansion in Montecito complaining about family drama. It's not quite the same, is it?" At this point, the audience was divided. Some laughed and clapped at Starr's bluntness, while others seemed genuinely shocked at how direct he was being. Harry, still trying to recover, managed a strained smile. "I've worked hard to create my own path," he insisted. But Starr wasn't having it. "Your own path? That Netflix deal? That book? The interviews? Every bit of it is about the royals. You're not building something new, you're cashing in on the past. And at some point, people are going to get tired of it." The audience reacts, a surprising shift in sentiment. At first, the crowd didn't quite know how to react. But as Starr continued, laughter and applause grew louder. It was clear, many in the audience agreed with him. For years, Harry has painted himself as a victim of the royal institution. And while there's no doubt he's faced personal struggles, there's also growing fatigue over his repeated grievances. Social media exploded as clips from the interview went viral. Within hours, #HarryTheFailure was trending worldwide. Memes flooded Twitter, many mocking Harry's lack of clear direction. One viral tweet read, "Ringo Starr did what the entire British press couldn't, call Harry out to his face." Another simply stated, "Harry is a man with a title and no plan." Ouch. But not everyone agreed. Some found Starr's comments too harsh. "We get it, Ringo, but maybe don't publicly humiliate the guy," one commenter wrote. "It's one thing to critique, but this felt mean-spirited," another added. Still, the majority of reactions leaned toward agreement. Even some of Harry's former supporters admitted that Starr had a point. A potential turning point, the reality check Harry needed? This moment on Jimmy Kimmel Live might prove to be a defining moment for Prince Harry. It exposed a harsh truth that many have been reluctant to say outright. His entire identity outside of the royal family is still built around the royal family. The contrast was stark. Ringo Starr, a man who built his legacy through talent and hard work, calling out a prince who, despite leaving the monarchy, continues to rely on his royal connections to stay relevant. It's a wake-up call that Harry desperately needs. Because the reality is this: he cannot spend the rest of his life talking about the past. If he truly wants to build a legacy of his own, he needs to do something beyond media deals and royal tell-alls. The world is watching. And after Ringo Starr's brutal takedown, one thing is clear: excuses won't cut it anymore. It's time for Prince Harry to prove he's more than just a title. But the question remains: does he have it in him?